Would you use waterboarding as a tactic, as Donald Trump has said he would like to?
Well, I think, number one, if you move into the CIA and those types of things, what the responsibility of the CIA, the responsibility of the national security apparatus is to, provide this president with the direction and the options that he needs to keep America safe, gathering the intelligence and those types of things to develop a level of confidence with the American people and develop a working relationship with the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
And specific questions as to waterboarding and all of those types of things, Congress has spoken on that.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, you can't do it. And so if there was a decision to move in another direction and to perhaps do that, that'd be a process that you'd have to work through with Congress, and you'd probably do it in secret, and you probably wouldn't do it through the public process.
But are you personally comfortable with using waterboarding as a tactic?
I was part of the Gang of Eight back in 2004 when Republicans and Democrats on the Hill were briefed about this practice. It never took place while I was on the Gang of Eight, but at that point in time, we as a Gang of Eight, Republicans and Democrats, supported President Bush using those tactics at specific times where he would inform the Congress as to when he would be using it. Like I said, he never came to us and asked to use it while I was there, and so moving forward in the future, that's a hypothetical, and we'll get there.
Well, no, I mean, it's not hypothetical. I'm actually asking what
yeah.
your position is. You have a position. So what I hear you saying is that you were part of the gang that supported using it. You would be okay with it.
I was part of the gang, which included Nancy Pelosi and others that supported that back in 2003, 2004.
And do you still support it?
Well, again, you have to take a look at specifically what is going on and what the circumstances are at any given situation as to where you would use it. I think that this will be a clear discussion between this administration and Congress to develop a long-term strategy in terms of how do we get the information that a president and a Congress needs to make the right decision to keep America safe.
Okay.